Welcome in and thanks for joining today's stream elements. The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Clarkio. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Clarkio. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Rugmat. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Jitsu. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Frakebird.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Happy Friday. Are you ready for the ads to be done in 42 seconds? We roll the intro dance.
The ad is starting now and will go for 180
What?
seconds.
No, we already ran ads. Twitch? Oh, what is wrong with this? Stop the ads, Twitch. Dang, you all showing up right at the rip. Double digits already. Muy surprise. Oh. Rugmat, first full stream as a mod, brother. Appreciate ya. You have the power. Boom, 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 boom. We missed you, or specifically missed the dance last week. Yeah. Listen. I had to be there for my little sis, you know? You still gotta do your Wordle, Rugmat? Well, I guess you got time.
Thanks for joining today SMC_May_I.
That's okay, May. That's okay, May. Discord seems to always want to roll out updates Friday mornings. I don't know what their deal is. And so usually Windows updates happen too. Speaking of, do I have any Windows updates? Should I do them midstream? Windows update. Let's see. What do we got? Check for updates. Last check today at 11 a.m. There is a minor update, it looks like. Who doesn't love deploying a product on Friday? I mean, that's what I do every stream pretty much, right? KB508 is available. we're gonna hold off on that for now. All right. Are the ads? 50 seconds now, it says, because it decided to run another round of ads for some reason, even though I ran them right at the start of the stream. He's in the room with me right now. That poor boy's getting old. He's an old man. He's on the struggle bus lately. Chat, just a heads up on that. Gave me some good scares this week. Bauer boy. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tell me this song's not okay. Goober Dog definitely had a few weeks where I wasn't sure. Yeah. Feel that, Frack. I feel that. I don't know where we're at with them, but it's progressively getting there. Here we go. Oh, I forgot I got these stickers on here from the kids. On each side.
Welcome and thanks for joining today's SMC Live.
Hey, mate. Woo-wee! Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the opening intro dance. This is the Clarkio Shenanigans Show, and I'm your host, Clarkio. I stream here every Friday-ish at 12:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Time. right here on twitch.tv/ClarkIO, youtube.com/ClarkIO. Happy to have you here. What do we have in store for you? That way you can use your time wisely, plan ahead. We start off just chatting, talking about wins of the week. If you don't know what that is, exclamation point WOTW in the chat to find out more about that. Then we get into Wordle and connections. Wordle, you want me to lose. Connections, we want to win together. And then we get into building out the bot and playing words on stream to use the chat bot WoS Plus. That's the project we've been working on. Stream in and stream out, on and off stream. And we're going to continue a little bit of that today. Maybe. I got a hard stop at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so just a heads up on that, chat. Keep me on in line with all that. And that's what we got in store. So if any or all that interests you, I hope you stick around and hang out. If not, use your time wisely. Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. And maybe I'll see you in a future stream, which would be next Friday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? On that note, good to see you all. It's good to be back. I know you missed me last week. I saw the messages in the Discord. Thank you for that. I saw some messages pre-stream here on all that. So thank you for that. I missed you all too. But I did have a good time. I was away in Nueva York. That's New York in Espanol. And we were there for my sister's baby shower. We showered her in love and celebration for the fact that she's about to create a human being. It's crazy. It's crazy. So last time I saw her was during Christmas, and she wasn't really showing. This time she was showing, and I was like, wow, boy, it's real. I'm going to be an uncle. The first time I'm going to be an uncle. If you don't know, part of that is like my wife has a sister that's older. They're not having any kids. And then it was just, so Mrs. Clarkio has one sibling. I have one sibling. And we weren't sure if we were going to be becoming an uncle. And the kids were going to have cousins. And we were excited for that too. Selfishly. A little bit selfishly. I'll be honest. Because everybody else gets to be an uncle because of my kids, or an aunt because of my kids. And they get to do the whole aunt and uncle thing where you like have fun with them for, you know, a set period of time. You hang out, make them all happy and riled up and popped up on sugar, and then you hand it off to the parents. Now it's my turn to do that. Yeah, my turn. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's one of my wins of the week is we had a good trip. Everybody is happy and healthy. That's another win of the week. As a result of all that, you know, when you're traveling, increases the likelihood of getting sick. But we've all been good, so we're happy about that. We had pretty good weather for the most part while we were there. Baby shower thing went really nice. Got to see other extended family and friends that we haven't seen in a while too, so that was really nice. What else? Got some good exercising in. Feel good about that. Keeping up that habit. The short shits thing took a little bit of a hiatus. I'm going to be honest with you all, but we're back on track. TMI. I mean, I already shared with you once before. What's the difference now, right? Frackberg's connections got me today. Win of the week from Frackberg. Finally took delivery of the wife's new car. Nice. Loss of the week. Now I have to start paying for it. Nice. Frackberg says, did you get to watch basketball? Yes. That was phenomenal. So we flew in really early in the morning on Thursday, which, by the way, if you're planning to travel and Ayo with the drop. Ayo. __ I love the way the bot says your name. __ Heyo Ayo is Clarkio. Thank you for the raid and welcoming everybody from AO stream. If you're new here, I am Clarkio. I'm just getting started, so perfect timing. But let me get you set up and understand what you're in for. Pretty much the same if you've been part of the raid before in the past. But we're in just chatting right now, talking about wins of the week. If you don't know what those are, exclamation point WOTW in the chat. Then I play Wordle and connections, and then we get into the technical portion of the show where I'm working on the WoS Plus chatbot tool, which is a tool for words on stream, which we play on here too as well. So, and I was just answering Frackberg's question about did I get to watch basketball while I was away last week on my trip for my sister's baby shower, and yes, I did. In fact, Mrs. Clarkio was kind of laughing and calling out the fact that I sat in the same spot for like 12 hours on that first Thursday. I Absolutely loved it. There were some great games, some buzzer beater shots for the win. It's been very exciting. Now, has it been as exciting in past tournaments? I would say no, but it's still been great. Still been fun and entertaining. There were some games. I only watched 2 of the games yesterday. And then we got some more games tonight, Saturday and Sunday. And then we get into the final 4 and the championship game next weekend. So really excited about that. So yeah, I would say that's a win as well. Thank you for bringing that up, Frankberg. I got to watch lots of basketball. I pretty much watched, definitely Thursday I watched the most. Friday, not as much. And then Friday night, I made the mistake. So the baby shower was on Saturday. Me and my Faja, that's father in my own language, stayed up way too late watching basketball and BSing and yelling at each other. No, not yelling at each other, but talking politics and stuff like that. And it was a good talk. We had a good time. We both were shot the next day. That was where we made the mistake. And my mother, his wife, came into the room several times saying, "You two need to go to bed." And Mrs. Clarkio did as well. A couple times. And then finally my mother came in and just shut the lights off on us. And we were like, all right, I guess it's time to go to bed. So, yeah. Needless to say, me and Papa Clarkio, which we don't actually call him that or call him Papa or anything like that, but I just thought of that on the spot. We're dragging ass during the baby shower. I wasn't very bubbly and sociable. I was dragging. So, Mrs. Clarkio was constantly reminding me, like, you look terrible. You're a dummy for doing that. And I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is what it is, though. Rugman says, finished Wordle and connections. Okay, perfect. Good. We're still talking wins of the week. So if you have any wins, drop them in the chat. Love to hear it. If you don't know what that is, exclamation point WOTW in the chat. So yeah, it was a good trip. Good weather. Good fun with family and friends. Traveling wasn't so bad. That's what I was getting into as well before Frackberg asked that question. If you are planning on traveling anytime soon, I highly recommend you choose like a triple B. Thank you, brother, for the 59 months resub. Whatchamacallit? I recommend traveling at the flight that is the earliest in the morning. It sucks especially if you're not a morning person like myself, but it's absolutely worth it because especially with everything that's going on with this is US based. So just a heads up, if you're outside of that, do you enjoy your less complicated situation in flying? If that's what it's like where you're at. But if you're in the US and you're dealing with you're worried about long security lines and stuff like that and flights getting canceled and delayed, I highly recommend planning your flights to be the earliest possible in the morning. Like, be the first one, because the odds of that getting canceled or issues with that is much lower than if you go the later you go in the day. Basically, it's been my experience. And so yes, for me personally, it sucks waking up that early in the morning, but it's absolutely worth it. I end up just taking a nap anyway, and still managed to watch basketball on Thursday. So that's my bit of advice for you at this point in time. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I was going to say on that. Everything went smooth though, so I'm very grateful for that. That's another win of the week, I would say, is traveling domestically in the US without any hiccups, really, and pretty smooth flights, which makes me feel a lot better as a nervous flyer. AO says past 1,000 downloads on Perfume app. That is awesome. Congrats on that, and thank you for sharing. I'm assuming that's your win of the week you got there. Triple B, thank you again for the 59 months resub. What's your win of the week if you got one to share? I've been lurking in a little bit. Excuse me, a little indigestion there. I've been lurking a bit, watching you work on Power Toys. Love seeing that. And I don't know. You seem like you're doing good, man. Very happy. Miss you. Haven't chatted with you in a while. We need to. Also, I noticed... Well, we don't need to get into it now. I noticed other people working at your past company that we're familiar with. They're friends of ours. And I don't know. I didn't realize it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Anyway. Coffee Then Code. Love the name. Win of the week. I met Ao. Like in person? Or you mean you discovered Ao's stream? Either way, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being a first-time Raider chat as well. Coffee Then Code. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. No, he raided me and stuck around. Seems cool. Oh, awesome. Very cool. Very cool. AO's good people. So if there aren't any other wins of the week, that's okay. Feel free. If you think of one later on in the stream, feel free to drop it in there and I will read it out loud. If you are new here, you'll notice I read every message and reply where warranted as much as possible. Making new friends is always a win. Yeah, for sure. So I will do my best to catch those messages and read them out loud so long as I'm not too distracted. In any case, if I do miss a message that you ever want me to read and respond to, feel free to send it again. I don't mind duplicate messages, that type of thing. All right. On that note, let's move on to Wordle. Now, I mentioned as I was talking about that, you want me to lose this, basically, okay? If I get it in 3 or less guesses, it gives me a point. If I get it in 2 or less guesses, I get 3 points. We added that rule. And if it takes me 4, 5, or 6 guesses, you all get a point. And if I fail completely, you get 3 points. And I think last stream, I don't remember what happened last stream. But we're just going to go with it. And I always start with this word. I used to always start with farts, but there's a whole explanation on why that's not happening anymore. All right, so we got an R. We have the place for the R.
Thanks for joining today, Dylan Carr.
What's up, Dylan? Good to see you. Happy Friday to you as well. What's your win of the week if you got one to share, Dylan? How's the bot been working for you, Dylan? Any other feedback or things that have come up since I've been away? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Same to you, May, because I know you're an avid user of the website and the bot. So, Crackbrook says, no pressure. I got it in 3. Good for you, man. You know who? I don't think Yanni's here right now, but Yanni, I was looking at it. Yanni is a freaking beast at Wordle, and I don't think English is his first language. He gets it in 3 or less, like every time. And you could see like the pattern because he plays it in Discord. I was like, dang, I think he's the most consistent Wordle player I've experienced so far. May says just what I posted earlier for wins of the week. Okay. Or for WoS. Oh yeah. Words on stream. Rugmat says took me 5. Coffee Then Code says, what does your bot do? So, well, in case you're not going to stick around, the very, very quick explanation of it, there's a game that streamers play called Words on Stream. You can check that out at wos.gg. I did not make it. Folks at On Ryzen TV made it. They're fantastic. They've made other games too, like Gartic and stuff like that. The stream bot farts, yeah. And so what I did is I built... Thanks. What I did is I built... Oh my goodness, with the farts. Let me get it out. I built a website that's like a supplement to the game itself, based on patterns and habits of things that I would do as the streamer while playing it with the folks in chat here. And then I created the chat bot to also supplement that, and it does things that are, again, that are like common practices that advanced players of Words on Stream use, like repeating the large word for the Words on Stream game, letting people know when they're locked from being able to guess again after you guess a word correctly, stuff like that. And that might not make sense if you don't know what Words on Stream is, but it's basically a tool to help with playing the game without ruining the whole objective of the game. So that's the short of it. But if you stick around, you'll be able to see. You don't understand how Words on Stream makes money. I thought the same thing, but if you look closely at on Ryzen's website, their main thing is selling to businesses customized versions of their games for various purposes, whether it's team building stuff or events that they have going on. It's things like that I think that is how they make money. And then they give out these games for free, which is it is wild. But I guess that model works for them because they've been around a long time. So, but in that same vein, I think they don't make significant improvements very often to the game itself, the games themselves that people play, because they're focused, like their main focus and energy has to go into that keeps the business alive, you know? So, for instance, like so to give you an idea of that, then Coffee Then Code, the website portion of WoS Plus shows you at the end of the round what words you missed with a high level of confidence now, because we've been capturing the data more accurately. I would love for that to be built into the game itself. It's the main driver of why I created the WoS Plus tool in the first place, the website portion of it. So, there you go. So it's a loss leader funnel. You know, I don't know that I've heard that before, Coffee Then Code, so I'm not familiar with that term, loss leader funnel. So there's that. Oh, wait, what? Where's the chair dance? Surly Dev, what's up, Surly Dev? Damn you, daylight savings times. Are we all in sync on daylight savings times now? Is that what you're telling me? Glad you think that's cool, Coffee Then Code. Dylan says, but they just put out a French language version of the game. Really? Did they? Okay. See, so updates like that, Dylan, I think are easier for them to do, right? Because it's just data driven. You know what I mean? It's just data driven. I don't think they have to, for something like that, I don't think they really have to push significant updates to the code for the game itself. I think they just push an update to the data, and then they likely wrote the code in a way to pick up that they added new languages to their database. That's how I assume it probably happens. So that way it's less of a lift for them to do that and add support for that type of thing, versus building out a whole new feature of showing the missed words at the end of a round, you know, or a level rather. So there's that. I feel like I missed a couple of messages too. Dylan says, bot's been working great. Haven't had a chance to try to force the question mark error on the bot. Okay. I'm pretty confident that it's ignoring its own input when it used when it's used to guess the big word. I think you're onto something with that. I really do think you're probably, like, there's a high probability that that is the reason for that situation. Maybe that's something we'll look into today, because honestly I didn't have like a clear plan of like what I wanted to work on today, let alone I don't know if I'll have time to work on much either too, since we had a stream where we missed last week. So we got a lot of catching up going on, a lot of yapping, you know. Practice is my favorite streamer trope. Streamer complains about chat pushing buttons. Streamer built for chat to push. Hey, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, but I hear you. Dylan says marketing, just like how Kick makes money. The product isn't the game. The product is you knowing that On Rising can make the game. Yes. Yes. And then Coffee Then Code says a loss leader is something underpriced to bring people in. So low they might lose money on it, but use it as they'll upsell higher priced items. Grocery stores do lots of loss leader products sometimes. Okay, I get what you're saying. Dylan's saying something else about that too. Loss leader, like when Best Buy sells base laptops at a loss on sale, but sell accessories and service packages at a high margin to make up for the loss of hardware. Okay, yeah. Frackberg, other win of the week. Nice, Frackberg. Updated my iPad. New one is fantastic for streaming Twitch while I'm working. Nice, congrats. Am I on the iPad right now? Is that what you're telling me? Love to hear it. Viewing Twitch, not streaming Twitch. Yeah, I got you. High five on that one. Slugger, good to see you, by the way. Or Costco selling the $1.50 hot dog combo. Yeah, that's crazy. Also, with that though, Slugger, like, what is that hot dog made of? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, I'm all caught up on chat. Let's continue this. All right, maybe if I can, by some miracle, all beef hot dog. Yeah, sure. All beef scraps mushed together. Have I had a... I'm pretty sure I've had a Costco hot dog. I definitely have had their pizza. Coffee Then Code. Or like when there's a great buffet at a strip mall. Is that what you're going to say? Rockman says tasty hot dog. Hey, I didn't say it doesn't taste good. I said, what is it made of? There's lots of things that taste good that are not necessarily made of good things. Frackberg, I use Sidecar, have it as an additional display. Nice. Then I remote into my PC so it looks like my iPad is running Windows 11. Nice. Rugman says, I had a Costco hot dog on Sunday. Look at that. Coffee says, yep, strip mall typo. I knew it. Because Twitch is blocked on my work laptop. Oh. Probably because of you. Right? Like, it was probably available to open up. And then they're like, this Frackberg guy just keeps streaming. This Clarkio guy does this weird, awkward dance at the beginning of this stream. I don't understand why this Frackberg guy watches this other guy. So weird. Right? Right. All right. It's not me. It was blocked when I got here. I assume VPN related. Yeah, sure. You keep selling us that bridge. All right. I think the word is swirl. No, it can't be swirl. There's no S. Pearl. Worm. Squirm. Lore. Pork. Porky pig. Is it Porky? Porky? Porky. From Toy Story. I almost said Star Wars. Wow. Brain ain't off to a good start. Okay. Do I go back with the curl? Swirl? Curl? No. Oh, could be like hurry. Lurie, curry, dury, curry, Murray, fury, furry. May says, but fun to watch. I'm glad you say that, May. I assume so. You're here every week. It must be fun, even when you got rodeo duties. Coffee Then Code trying to explain to non-Twitch watchers why any of us watch Twitch is all. Yeah. You know, I remember way back in the day when Twitch was like well, I mean, I guess it's still the case now to some degree, but like Twitch was only for game streaming. I remember thinking like, why would I watch somebody else game? Like as a kid growing up, I always got frustrated watching somebody else play, like being in the physical same location as somebody and watching them play the game and I want to take the control from them and be like, no, let me show you how I'm going to do this, you know, like beat this level or whatever. And in fact, it happens with my youngest. We play Sneaky Sasquatch on the iPad. He's like, hey, come watch it. Because she's my gamer kid, okay? And I'm so proud of that. That's another win of the week, by the way, I'll say. She's my gamer kid. And not to say that my oldest doesn't game, but she's just not as into it as my youngest. So my youngest wants to play Sneaky Sasquatch. If you haven't played it, by the way, it's an awesome game. It's on all Apple devices, basically. And when she's playing it, she'll be like, okay, Dad, you start playing. And then I start playing and doing stuff. And she'll like push my hand out of the way. And she's like, no, go here, do this or whatever. And I'm like, why? We're about to go do this thing. We got to go get money and like open up a bank account or something. That's crazy. The game is nuts, by the way. A Sasquatch opening up a bank account. Like, who would have thunk? It's a fun game. It's a cool little, like, I don't even know what genre you describe those types of games. But anyway, case in point I'm making there is she gets frustrated watching me play. I get a little frustrated watching her play. We enjoy the time together playing the game nonetheless, but still, right? So back in the day when Twitch first came around, I was like, why would I do this? And then it turned into all this. And I do watch people I watch people program. I watch people just yap. I haven't been as much lately. I'll admit that. Again, because I'm trying to like limit my time. Although, see, my thing is like I could put a stream up on the side, but then I'm like listening to it, or or I'll and I'll get distracted, and I gotta focus up, Anyway, all right, moving on. Or maybe not, because there's messages in chat. Dylan says, so you just watch other people doing your hobby instead of doing your hobby. Coffee Then Code says, that's YouTube for me now? Oh yeah, I'm always on YouTube. Brackberg, I swear my kids buy games on Steam and never play them. They just watch people play them. That's a little wild to me. Yeah, why would they never play it? They only bought it because they seen somebody else play it? Like if you see somebody else, that's another great advantage of watching somebody else play. Is you get to, if you're interested in a game but you're not sure if it's worth your time and money to invest in that game, you watch somebody else play it. That's what I learned. That's what got me hooked originally on Twitch. In addition to that, the other thing that got me, I did this in a talk actually at TwitchCon back in 2018, I want to say. Maybe 2017. No, it was 2018. The other thing that got me hooked on Twitch was same situation with a game. Sorry for the background noise. It'll be just a little bit. Let's say it's a game that I want to get more skilled at. I watch people that are better than me and see like what are their strategies, what are their patterns, and like how do they practice, whatever it may be. How do they build up their skills to get that good, and then start applying it to my own game. And then I drew the parallel to that. Why you watch people stream programming stuff? Because I'm interested in maybe seeing a new programming language, or I already know about that programming language or tech stack or whatever, and I want to see how somebody else that maybe is more knowledgeable in that space use that technology, stuff like that. Like, prime example, watch Triple B to see how the Windows PowerToys tools are built. You get to see cool insight like that. I watch Twitch for the Schadenfreude. Oh my gosh, you're reminding me now. What's the Freudenfreude? What is it?
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Caterade.
What's up, Caterade? There it is, Freudenfreude. I have a command for that. We do the opposite of the Schadenfreude. We do the Freudenfreude. Everyone say hi to Caterade. It's my little sis. Tell her congrats on growing a baby. Fracker says, I watch people game because I don't really want to play them, but I want to know how they end. Oh, that's an interesting take on that. Ao says, I watched someone play a game, thought it was great, bought it. I was so trash at it, I continue watching other people play for me, but also, yes, I got better at some games by simply watching them. Yeah, exactly. Fracker says, I'm still amazed anybody watches me bike, but I have a handful of regulars. Dude, like, I know I'm not necessarily a regular there, but anytime I've watched you bike, it's seeing you talk about the pains of it and everything like that. It is fun. It is fun. Obviously, then Code says, but now with all the extensions, if someone on Twitch is playing badly, we can shame and annoy them. Yeah, it's true. Coffee Then Code. I like watching people play horror games and then gremlin them. What do you mean by gremlin them? What do you do there? May says, have you caught up on CJ's video March Mad CSS? Thank you for bringing that up. We're going to watch the one that came out today because I am caught up on that. And sorry for any spoilers for people that haven't been following along with those episodes. So we'll do that after connections. Congrats on growing a baby, Caterade. Commiserations on being related to Clark. Fragment says, my streams can be summed up with misery loves company. Yes. Surly Dev's gremlin them, feed them after midnight. That's what I was thinking, Surly Dev. Oh, Coffee says, playing blurps of footsteps knocking, doing Tangius jump scares. Okay, where they appear over their games. Got you. Ao says, where are we at on the map for the CSS battle? We're down to the final 4, I think it is. Yes. I have the tab open and ready to go here. Oh, that button's working again. It wasn't working for a while. The zoom button. All right, I think I'm all caught up there. All right. I really want to get it into two guesses here. Clork. Corp. Soury. Dowry. Whirl. We're going with that. Oh, man. All right. Got a little bit out of that. I know there's an I. Is it something I... Oh, it doesn't end in I, so it's either here or it starts with it. Ivory. Is it ivory? Yeah! Oh! Booyah. I get a point, chat. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Suckers. I got it in 3. So did Yanni and Frakberg. All right, if you didn't know, you can join up on the Discord, share your Wordle results. I hide mine because people know what my starting word is. That way it doesn't give anything away, any spoilers away to people. And then we created a Wordle results bot that will keep track of your stats for you. And if you'd like, you can choose to opt into the leaderboard, which then shows your name up on clarkio.com/Wordle. And you can see how many wins you've gotten. Wins and losses are tied to that channel in Discord, okay? Wins, losses, and ties, that is. Successes and failures are based on whether you passed the Wordle or completely failed it. Then we have average attempts and total games you've submitted. The longest win streak is a little bit fuzzy. It's not really an accurate measurement of win streak in the channel, per se. So that said, I thought I was catching up to Rug Map, but I guess not. It's because of all these ties. You need to be an outright winner. And, you know, some days we got ties, like today, between me, Frakberg, and Yanni. So there you go. Move this back over here. I still accumulative scores. What's that in reference to, May? What was my second word? Whirl. WHIRL. I got really lucky off of that. You get a total of how many guesses? 3 guesses, Rugmat. I whooped you. What'd you get again? Did you submit your results yet, Rugmat, or no? 1742. That's it. Yeah, you got it in 5. You got it in 5. You know what I think helps Yanni? I think he doesn't play on hard mode. Because I saw that he would like move, if I was looking at the patterns right, I think that's one of the reasons why it's easier for him to get it in 3 guesses every time. But again, I feel like it's difficult because I'm pretty confident English is not his first language, native language. So big props still. But it's a little bit easier than what I do. Like for me, I play in hard mode. Hard mode means I cannot, what does hard mode mean again? It's like I cannot, in here. Hard mode. Oh, wait, I don't have hard mode. I play hard mode, though. Any revealed hints must be used in subsequent guesses. Hard mode can only be enabled at the start of a round. Okay. Well, in any case, you get the idea. I don't repeat letters. I try not to repeat letters. Hard mode doesn't do that. But if I had R here, hard mode makes it that I have to use that R there again for my next guess. That's what hard mode is. Whereas if you wanted to strategically not use hard mode, you can see if that letter is anywhere else, stuff like that, by not putting it in that position and guessing another word like round or something like that. So that's the non-hard word approach. All right, let's play connections together. I play hard mode too. Yeah. Discord chart is for lifetime, not by year. Correct, mate. Yes. Yep. All right, let's play connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Didn't we have this already? Big sneeze. All right. I feel like we've seen the Lorax, traffic cone, lip service, baggage claim, wedding reception. What is this about? Nitty gritty, brass tacks. What is this? This is a doozy. Ticket counter, baggage claim, duty-free store, and a food court. Everything in an airport. Ooh, okay. Features of an airport terminal. Yeah. What timing? What coincidence? Bottom line, brass tacks, basic facts, nitty gritty. Okay. I'm on a roll. What it all boils down to. All right, now we're getting to the harder ones. What are the connections between 4 more of these now? Turn signal, like a blinker. Monkey bars? At a playground? Lorax? Isn't that a book in a movie? Dr. Seuss? Goldfish cracker? Maybe these 4 go together? Like something with Dr. Seuss? Ah, 1 away on that. What the heck is that? Anybody else that hasn't played have any guesses on these? You want me to try? We played this together. It's not like a competitive thing like Wordle. Lip service. Traffic cone. Service signal. Reception bars, all with like cellular devices. Oh yeah, spotted that one. Ending in words for cellular connectivity. Oh yeah. Now what is this? So I was off by 1. The monkey bars was the one. Monarch, butterfly, goldfish cracker, monkey, monarch, goldfish, Lorax. Nope. I did try that one, Ayo. I was thinking the same thing. It's this though. Same by 1. Same off by 1, yeah. Wait, what was that last one? Things that are orange. Oh, okay. Orange things. Yep. All right, let's drop that in the Discord as well. I have a connections channel where you can share your results there if you'd like. If you want to join the Discord, go to type in the command !Discord in the chat or clarkio.com/Discord. All right, on that note, we're going to switch up the plan a little bit from what I said at the beginning of the stream. We're going to watch the next episode of March Mad CSS from the folks over at Syntax and CJ. They do an amazing job. If you haven't done so already, go check out their channel. I'll drop it in the chat. Lots of awesome content. Educational content around programming, the podcast that WoS Bot and Scott Talinsky run, and CJ doing videos like this too. So if you're not familiar with this, you can go to I think it's madcss.com, right? Yes. This is, I don't want to scroll down too far because it's going to spoil the results of the video, but basically it's a bracket of all these people. It started off all these people 1v1. And it's like very much like if you understand March Madness, NCAA college basketball tournament here in the United States. There's a bunch of teams that play each other for the first round, and you whittle it down until you get to the final 2 teams that play each other for the championship. They're doing the same thing here, but it's CSS battles, meaning these folks are testing their CSS skills to see if they can replicate who can get the closest match to whatever the target CSS thing is that they have to build. Okay, and the folks at Syntax built out this platform basically that lets them do that, show you the percentage of like how close somebody is to matching exactly what the source target is that you want to go against. So, and then when you sign into GitHub, you could make your predictions and all that stuff. But I'm not going to scroll down because we want to watch the video and see. So let's watch that and see what happens with that. We'll go from there. So we're down to the final 4 on this, I think. Yeah.
We started with 16 web developers, and now we're down to 4. Today's semifinal battles will determine who's going to the final and who's one step closer to winning this trophy.
That was CJ, by the way.
Josh versus Wes. 2 battles, 2 tickets to the finals. I'm CJ from Syntax. Welcome to Mad CSS. Let's recap the challenges they've faced so far. Round 1, a landing page, a super familiar and simple layout, or so they thought.
We do have this button, which is orange.
But the text box sneakily has a button kind of
Sneakily?
on top of it.
Round 2, a bit
Speaking of sneakily, shout out to my company that I work for, Sneak, SNYK.io. You can check them out. It's a developer security and AI security platform. And hashtag not, what do I always say? Oh man, it's been a while. Hashtag not sponsored, not endorsed, or any of that, but shout out to my leadership that affords me the time on Friday afternoons to do this and keep up these skills. There you have it.
Pinto grid. Tight layouts and spacing, typography, and a few tricks thrown in, and 0 room to improvise.
So the container has padding, and it looks like there's gap.
Probably just do grid areas because I can never remember the syntax for like columns and spanning and all that.
And these 4 made it through all of that.
Hey Wes, are we going against each other? Is that what's happening here?
Yep.
Scott, you sound stressed already.
Oh, you have no idea. This is probably the calmest I've been, Kyle, so.
For the
Oh.
semifinals, let's just say I hope you've built an e-commerce site before.
Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm not ready, yes.
The format hasn't changed. CSS and HTML only, 2 minutes to plan, 15 minutes to build. First to 100% or the highest score when the time is up moves on. And the UI waiting for them today is this.
Oh, geez. Okay, so the first thing I see is that we have a giant image. I need to check my IDs again. Yeah, ID, container, classes, for everything else. Okay, not making that mistake 2 times in a row. So this is a pretty standard e-commerce style looking thing, which is quite...
This looks intense. Also, those look like some sick kicks. Extremely limited edition Airflex 9000. Finally, shoes you'll never actually wear. Is this CJ poking at the sneakerhead community where people buy sneakers that they never wear and they just collect them? Keep them in the box, post them on Instagram, and feel superior to people who use footwear for walking, made with 100% artificial scarcity. I love it. Retail was $120. Resale is $867. I love it. Well played, CJ. Well played. Hype Beast Incorporated.
Nice, that's not terrible. Ooh, the text spacing on that. I think it's called letter spacing.
Oh, Kyle's fast, so I'm gonna have to move fast. I'm gonna dial in the grid. I'm gonna dial in the product image. I think that's maybe what I want to do first. Oh, wow. It goes product image, then product thumbnails, then product details. Oh, so that is the tricky bit.
Okay, so we got 4 children, so that's going to be a grid.
Wait, they're all going at the same time? I didn't pick up on that. I thought normally they break down the 2 matchups against each other, one at a time, basically. Like Wes versus Joshua and
Oh, but they're not.
Scott
in order.
versus
What else we got here? What's this little line at the top? Oh, come on now.
Okay, so product image is going to be this business over here. Product thumbnails is down here. So I'm thinking CSS grid, a 2x2 grid, right? The first row is this with a column here and a column here. Second row right underneath. It looks like the thumbnails are going to be equally spaced within that. The button's going to be full width. Whew.
Oh, you know what I think is going to be hard?
Be equally spaced.
Okay, so Wes called out the little tiny detail of that at the top. This is a hard one. It looks simple, but I think it's going to be hard because there are subtleties that I don't know that they're going to pick up on. Like this little, I don't know if you can even see on the stream. So like when there's one highlighted for the one that's showing, it's a dark orange, but then there's this light faded orange over these other ones that I don't know if they're going to pick up on or not. It might be the same color as this resale background text, or the background color of that resale text. And then the letter spacing there. So there's a lot of little nitty gritty things that I wonder if they're going to catch or not. All right. All right. Predictions. Okay. We got Wes versus Joshua. And then what was the other one? Scott versus Kyle. So let's make predictions now. Okay. Let's say you're doing this. I didn't realize. All right. Let's put some background in here. Because of Scott and Wes having experience playing this type of, challenge against each other in their own videos that they've done in the past, and the fact that they built this platform, I think that has given them a crazy advantage over people that I think are way more knowledgeable and skilled and just like heavily focused on CSS. Like that's their thing. Their branding, their personal branding is very heavily built around them being experts, like in-depth experts in CSS. Josh being one, Kyle being another, as an example. Okay. And so I personally, when I was filling out my bracket, I felt that those people would have the advantage. What I failed to think about is the experience of like being in a pressure situation like this, how they might, in fact, I'm in the way, I'm seeing here, how they might, maybe I switch to the other side. Yeah. How they might perform in such a situation, So I didn't consider that, where Wes and Scott have that experience and have done that type of stuff before. So I'm going to predict Wes and Scott are going to end up in the championship against each other. No shade at Joshua or Kyle here. Any other predictions in the chat? Should we do a prediction? Do a poll in the chat? Oh, we forgot to do that for Wordle. We need to remember to do that. I forgot that from last stream, where you all use Bower Bones to predict. Actually, I can't let you all predict this because you can just go look it up and you'll know, and then you'll get your Bower Bones. So forget that. Don't do a poll. No poll. Prediction someone's going to win, says AO. Yeah. AO, you might like this stuff. Does this kind of thing interest you? Being a designer and all that?
Full width. Whew. Getting nervous all of a sudden. Semifinals.
First up, Kyle versus Scott.
Okay, container. Let's start with the container. We do a D grid. We do a
D grid?
No, let's do a grid.
Oh man, you hear you hear the panic in his voice?
R1F
Dude.
Grid template calls, and then we can adjust.
What are the stakes on? Like, I think you just get like bragging rights for winning, right? Like, so what is he stressing about? AO says, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm not. Maybe if I was in that situation, I would be the same way. I like it. I like it. I sometimes have better ideas on the implementation, but no idea how to do so. I got you. Yeah.
Adjust this. We'll even give this like hard pixel values, like 300 pixels, and then 100 pixels for the rows. Oh, sorry, rows.
Okay, let's get started with this. First of all, I think on my container, I want this to be a display of grid, and I want my grid
all going display grid
columns to be 1FR, 1FR, because I just want that to be evenly spaced. And my rows, we'll figure out what the spacing is for that in a little bit.
And here we go. Semifinals of March Mad CSS. We've got Scott Talinsky.
Scott's at 53 already?
No, then folks, I did not think Scott would make it this far.
What?
He's proving his own, right?
Wow,
I see the nerves,
CJ.
But it looks like when he locks...
I think CJ's saying that because typically when they play amongst each other on the Syntax show, I think Scott is... he doesn't have like a good track record of like beating CJ or Wes. I think that might be why CJ's thinking that.
When he basically just goes on autopilot, he can get,
if I'm recalling correctly,
stuff done. And you can see it already happening, right? So he's locking in the grid here.
Yeah, there's my image. Also, it's got a lot of margin around it, so On our container here, we'll just come in here with like a padding of like, I don't know, let's say like 50 pixels. That's actually pretty close. 30 pixels. Okay, that does line up my image perfectly. I'll need to shrink down.
Wait, how does he feel that that lines up his image
An ad is
perfectly?
about to start in 2 minutes on Twitch.
Oh, he's doing the diff down there.
Down this to like 60 pixels or whatever. We'll get to that in a little bit. Image needs to have a border radius. Whoops, I cannot type today.
Yeah, and Kyle's is looking good. He's already at 66%. He's dialing the sizing here. I think once he pulls those tiny thumbnails to their smaller size, we're going to see a higher match percent because those are essentially going to be no longer a part of that diff there.
Okay, we'll want to do grid template columns. The column is going to be 2 to 3. The row is going to be 2 to 3. Okay, let's go back and check this stuff out. We want product image, and we'll want this thing to be border radius 10 pix. We want it to be a width of something like 200 pix. Like, get it down there. Let's get to something like 260.
Yeah, Scott jumping up to 70%. You can see as he starts to dial in the sizing, the diff algorithm very much likes that.
So I need to change around the order of things. So product thumb.
You know, CJ just mentioned diff algorithm. When I hear that,
It is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
when I hear that, I feel like you can game the system then. Like there's got to be a way you can trick the algorithm into thinking you have a higher percentage completion to the target than not. I wonder if this, what is it, synhax.roboski.net? Can I go to that? I'm gonna try this on my other page here. Synhax or other monitor, I mean roboski.net. Okay, log in with GitHub. Can I do this? Your current browser may not support required file system features because it's a desktop Chromium-based browser is required. It is a Chromium-based browser. It's Brave. I'm authorizing syntax. Oh. Oh, you could do these battles yourself. If you go to synhax.syntax.fm. I drop it in the chat. You can check it out, chat. You want? I didn't realize that. I was thinking it'd be cool if they like made this platform available for other people to try. I do need to improve my CSS skills, so maybe that's a way of doing it. I'm curious how they hook it up to, like you can see these folks like use VS Code or something like that, like locally. How do they hook it up to that? You know. Anyway, interesting. Okay. Continuing.
Nails. We have our grid column. That's going to be 1. Oh gosh, what is this? Is it go like 1 to 1 to say it's 1? And grid row is going to be 2, 2. Hey, that actually is the right.
You know something I mix up with the grid row or just the grid that pattern of defining which column and which row that element should go in. I always mix up that's the left-hand side is the row or whatever.
Starting now and we'll go for 180 seconds.
Left-hand side is the starting, in this case, column, and the right-hand side is the ending column. So like if you just want it to be in the first column, that's it. Then you do it like that. I always thought it was like 1 and it stops at like 2. Like I don't want it to go into 2. I want it to, like the 2 column, the second column is where it doesn't go into. I always mix that up.
Okay, perfect. So now all the rest of the stuff is in the correct location, which is great.
Yeah, Kyle's is looking really good. He's already at an 80% match. We can see his text is in the right spot. Scott.
AO says the base diff is pixel based, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so when you got images, you can't really fake it. Okay, yeah.
Has already got his text in the right spot. This is incredible play. 12.
Yeah, that looks very good. Wait, both of them are very close.
Minutes left
already,
and we're seeing the layout start to appear, right? The image is in the right spot. We got the text in the right spot. Once they start to dial in those text sizing, this is gonna look really good.
Okay, this is looking pretty close at least. Product title will do. Okay, we need, what's the next one? We need product description. Okay, let's go. All right.
Yeah, and we can see over on
Scott is going nuts.
He's looking at the diff view, which when we're trying to get to 100% match, I think this is the right way to go because you can see that his text is aligned for the most part. So as he starts to get these other elements into position, the hype beast title, the title of the product, all of that's going to start to align as well. So I like that he's moving on now to product pricing. He's kind of going top down, and then he can come back and adjust the sizing from there.
The other thing I need to do is my product pricing. I want that to be a flex direction of column. There we go. That fixes that problem. Then I need my price row to say align items center, it looks like. That looks really good. Now I just need to get the discount price, original price.
The background color looks
Yeah,
off.
Kyle's is looking really good at this point. Now, I don't know about alignment, but the overall sizing of
I'm surprised that they're getting such high percentage because we've seen in past rounds where if they don't have the background color right, unless my eyes are deceiving me, maybe it's that little top orange border that's throwing me off, but I feel like there's like an orange tinge, if that's the correct word here, between what's here, which is his current implementation, and what's the target implementation. It seems like this is like an off-white background versus like pure white. Anybody else seeing that or feeling that, or is it just my screen maybe? AO says, like I could absolutely not do that by hand, but could totally do that with cursor with absolute no issues, same as last time. It does look a tad of off-white, yes. Okay, yeah, okay. I thought I was... Thank you for confirming that.
his resale discount badge kind of looks perfect, so we'll see if he can dial in the sizing of everything else to kind of get that into the right spot.
Okay, we have a taller padding height, which is probably something closer to 5, and since this is in increments of 5, we need to be 5, 5, 5. Cool, perfect. All right, let's go. Next one, next one. Let's go. Original price is a display block. DB.
Say it over and over and over again.
I don't know about you folks, but Scott is making me nervous.
Yeah.
Repeating things over and over, but he's making progress, right? He's doing everything he needs to do here. So
Yes, AO, exactly. Because we've seen in past rounds where the background color really messed somebody up, and their percentage was so like significantly lower than somebody else that got the background color right. I forget which round. I think that was the first round, one of the first video that was part of the series.
Where we're going to see some moves made, right? Because if they can get those thumbnails in the right spot, that's going to bump them up.
Product thumbnails. Why is this not applying? Refresh the page. Nope, that's not it. Thumbnail, active. It's not applying. Product thumbnail. Thumbnail, active. Why?
Thumbnails.
Applying. Border radius. Scott.
It's got to be inside that.
What are you doing? Oh, it's the image. Oh.
Yeah, and this is not the kind of mistakes you want to see. Thumbnail wrapper, right? He needed to target the image itself, and so he caught it. It only took him about a minute. That one mistake might actually cost Scott here.
No, I think he's all right. He caught it.
Section, so I'd rather get as much of it done as I can. We'll just come in here with an all unset to get rid of all the base.
I like how Kyle's already wearing the merch in this too.
Be 100%. Padding is going to be like 10 pixels. Here we go. Color white. There we go. Font size on this, I believe, is like 20. Nope, that's too big. 15.
Now, WebDev Simplified, Kyle Cook, he's working on that add to cart button, and you can see it's increasing his percentage match overall, right?
Yeah.
He's getting that bump that he needs because the diffing algorithm is very color-based. Now, if he gets it into the right spot, we're going to see that bump up higher. Personally, folks, I don't know why we're seeing a higher match percent on Scott. It might be that he has actually locked in the position of that text a little bit.
I think it's his background color.
Kind of all you need here. But with 4.5 minutes left, Kyle...
His background color is right.
...work on the product thumbnails because
I think he's got the higher percentage, CJ, because I know you can't hear me, but if you potentially see this somehow, I think it's because his background color. Right? It looks, you could see like above me here, it's more white, right? And this has like that orange tinge or something going on.
He's got that add to cart button in the right
That's
spot.
going to, I think,
those thumbnails in the...
All right, I'm making a prediction here. Scott's going to win this because of the background color, and Kyle's going to like slightly lose because he didn't get the background color, even though his is probably going to look better, potentially.
Right spot, and then this is going to be such a close battle, folks. Only 4 minutes, 20 seconds left.
Okay, each one of these is going to be much smaller. Okay, it's going to be much bigger. It's going to be pretty close to that. The padding right here, we can do 2 pixels. 22 pixels, that looks close. This needs to be a display flex. This needs to have a gap of 15 pixels.
Ooh.
Oh, they're so close. Okay, the active
Nice job, Scott.
a box shadow of orange. The other one gets a box shadow of light orange.
Dang it. Okay, so I think I want to do this. Set my image to be a width of 100%, height 100%, object fit cover. There we go. And the size on these is still a little bit off. I think I want this to be overflow hidden. That should cut off my image to make it rounded. Yep, okay. Try 45 on these. And now I just need to position in the correct location. So let us think here. I think I just need everything centered. Where'd my grid container go?
Yeah, and so I think if Kyle can get his button aligned, right, he needs to push it down a little bit. That's going to help his overall
Dang,
score.
it's
Only a minute
pretty
and 50
tight.
seconds left. The name of the game
AO says the bottom thumbnail are just aspect ratio 1:1 and space around instead of fixed spacing value. Okay.
Here in Magic.
I don't fully follow. I know you know what you're talking about. I don't fully
If you
follow.
don't, those tiny percentage points are going to be what costs you the game.
Yeah.
1 minute left. Here we go. Let's see what these players can do in the last 50 seconds. We've got a 95% match to a 92.86% match over on Kyle's side.
Hold on, go back there for a second. I also think the text for Hype Beast is slightly off. So here's the target in the middle. I think Scott's got that dialed in. I don't think Kyle does either.
50 seconds. We've got a 95% match to a 92.86% match over on Kyle's side.
I'm so afraid to touch anything right now. Oh man, okay. Let's go. If I change the gap at all, I'm like product details.
2%
Oh, man, I'm so
ish
afraid
difference.
To touch anything. Product details.
Oh man, there's definitely something off on my spacing that is just killing me. 30 seconds to fix it. What could it be? Where's my grid at? Let's try changing my gap to 20 pixels. Let's change my padding to 50 pixels.
0. This is hilarious. Not enough time here.
We're just too wide on it.
Holy cow, it's so close.
Maybe we'll change this to like 200 pixels. No, that's
Oh, they're not, neither one of them?
And that-
can't
Scott,
solve it.
just-
Neither one of them got the top, that top orange thing. That's another good couple percentage points probably.
No, that's way off. I definitely
Yeah,
can't,
and that
can't
Scott
solve it in
just
30
bumped
seconds.
slightly ahead, only 10 seconds left. That gave
Ooh,
him
97 for Scott.
These are way
he
too wide. Yeah, this
needed
whole
to
right-hand
take the
side
win.
just
Only
needs to
5
be
seconds
shrunk
left. Is
down.
Kyle going to be
Padding
able to pull it
actually
out?
needs to
I
be, like,
don't
50
think so, folks.
pixels. Oh, no, that's the wrong
No,
way.
and
All right, I was right on my prediction about Scott.
That was tough.
AO says using a flex div in space around instead of space between, it will add the size paddings. I mean, I hear you. I wish I fully could like visualize what you're talking about, but I have no idea. To be honest
that
with
was
you.
tough.
That was
Yeah.
close too.
I kept looking over at Scott's design and I was like, oh man, he's like a half a step ahead of me every single where I go.
Oh, I was feeling the exact same way. I was very, very concerned. Ah, good one,
Amazing.
Kyle. Thank
Yeah,
This
you.
is a
that was-
nail
it was
biter
fun.
too. Yeah, only a 5% difference in the score. This is crazy. Okay, Scott, you are on to the finals. You're either going to be up against Wes
All right.
or Josh.
Jesus.
Honestly, I hope it's Josh because
I
it's
hope
just
it's
going to look
Josh
like
too.
we
I was gonna
fixed
say,
the
if
whole
it's West, they're
competition.
definitely gonna think you rigged it.
Yep.
I
Yep.
really hope it's Josh.
100%.
Wes was talking monster shit. So
Scott will be moving.
it's Josh. Wes was talking monster shit.
All right.
So
All right. I'm rooting for Josh, but I think Wes is gonna win.
Scott will be moving on to compete in the finals, and his challenger either Wes or Josh. What's that? Yes. Oh, I'll absolutely let them know that this video is brought to you by Sentry.
Oh, get out of
Where
here.
else? We got to pay
Really?
the bills around here. This video, the series, the podcast,
Shout out to Sentry.
every video we put out on YouTube, brought to you by Sentry. Head over to sentry.io/syntax to learn more. They are application monitoring software considered not bad by millions of developers. So definitely check them out. We'd really appreciate it. All right, back to the
All
video.
right, CJ, that's enough of that. People want to watch me win. But before we do that, I want to ask a question to the audience. How are you watching us right now? We want to see
I'll answer that right now, Wes. I'm watching you live on a stream with the chat on YouTube.
a photo of your watch setup. Are you at your desk? Are you watching on the couch? Are you
I'm not gonna do that.
van? Are you
Sorry.
driving a van? Want snap
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Are you watching on the couch? Are you on the can? Are you driving a van? Want snap a
Driving and watching this
photo and tag us, and we're going to be giving away
a week after the video came out? No, this one came out today, this morning.
prizes to the best, the worst, and the most mid-watch setups. Tweet it.
Yeah, the poo timer goes out the window on that one, May, if you're watching this video. This is like a
Instantly,
20-minute long video.
Whatever you want. Post it on LinkedIn if you're that type of loser.
What? Damn, Wes is getting feisty. I was watching an episode of Mad CSS when I was reminded of the power of B2B sales. Speaking of that, have you seen the LinkedIn translator? You know, it's like Google, instead of Google Translate, there's a translator for LinkedIn speak. So you say, I want to, I don't know, talk about how I got promoted or something like that. And then it's like, here's how you say this on LinkedIn. Pretty
Post it
cool.
anywhere, tag us. We're going to be giving away some sick-ass prizes for the best watch setup.
And we're off here in this
Oh, look it up. Look it up.
semi-final battle. WoS Bot versus Josh Como. This could be anybody's game. Both players got really high scores in the previous battles.
Okay, here we go. So product,
Come on, Josh.
We're gonna set display grid.
I picked West, but I'm rooting for you.
Columns 1FR, 1FR.
Product image, product thumbnails, product details, and purchase control. Product image, grid column, 1, grid row, nothing. Okay, what's the second one? Product details. That is going to be grid column 2. Okay. Got
Everybody going with the grid.
Yeah, and we see Wes essentially locking in which part of the grid are each of these elements in, right? He's putting the image in the top left, he's putting the text in the top right, he's putting those thumbnails in the bottom left, the button in the bottom right. So he's essentially assigned all of these elements to their spots in the grid, and now he's going to start working on the sizing, and we're going to see those things popping into place.
Product image, the image inside product image. We're going to set you to... I wonder what the best way to do this is. Like, should I start by trying to get that image to be the right size? The other thing too, like there is some spacing around here, and I need my thing to be sort of, yeah, that's probably going to be padding. So let's do that. Padding on the grid of 50 pixels, more like 4.
By the way, shout out to everybody that's all the contestants in this. They've all done a fantastic job of just kind of talking through what they're doing out loud or what they're thinking out loud. That is not an easy thing. Like, if you've not done that before, it's not easy. Like, a prime example of that, if you go back and look at like my earlier streams where I didn't know how to talk stream of consciousness while I'm streaming, like streaming gives you that, like helps you build that skill. I'll tell you that much. So if you don't do a good job of that right now and you want to get better about it, stream as an example. Right, and that's a good point. You know, a lot of them aren't streamers. Like, they don't actually live stream. Like, CJ, definitely a live streamer. If you don't know, CJ runs his own channel, Coding Garden. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. Go check him out on Twitch and YouTube. And then Scott and Wes, they sometimes do live streams for the Syntax podcast and other things like that. So, I'm not as familiar with everybody else on whether they or not they stream. I think some of them might. Like, I feel like I know Adam Argyle does like a podcast type of thing. I don't know if he actually live streamed that. I think he does. I think he live streams that and records it with his co-host. This is another example. But everybody has done, regardless of whether they've had streaming experience or not, fantastic job of just talking out loud what they're thinking so that we as an audience can follow along with what's going on instead of just sitting there just typing away and not saying anything, you know, which is what would typically happen. So just calling that little thing out that I caught that I think is worth giving them props for. AO says, yeah, but they mostly do YouTube, which is script-based most of the times. Yeah.
40 pixels. Perfect. Okay, I'm cooking with fire here already.
Yeah, and we can see early game. We're only 2 minutes in here, but Josh already had a 72% match. So he's got the size of that image a decent spot. So the diffing algorithm likes that. But he does need to lock in the positions of these elements because he set up the grid as well, but he needs to get them in the right order.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Padding 20 px. No, that's got to be 40. Okay, good. You know what? Let's make this 50%. 50. Oh no, 50. You can't do 50-50. Screw it. I'll go back to it. Product image, width, 100%.
Now, the grid for this, it's stacking them in the wrong order, right? So we're going to set grid template areas. That actually sort of did it almost perfectly.
Oh.
So now your grid area is thumbnails, and the product image grid area is image. Why isn't that moving down? Oh, because I literally did it wrong.
Yeah, and Josh's is looking really good. He's got everything in the right spot. He's already locked in the sizing of these thumbnails.
I'm moving on to the next part, which is...
By the way, that's a really cool feature of grid, CSS grid. Like naming grid template areas so that you can better understand like the layout of things instead of it being 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s and all that. I like that. Nice job, Josh.
Sizing of these thumbnails.
I'm moving on to the next part, which is, gosh, what do I focus on here? What's gonna get me the most bang for my buck? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put an overflow hidden on all of the children just so I can see where everything is. Good. Okay, that makes me feel a bit better.
Yeah, and it's curious to see that Wes did not choose to go for grid template.
I predominantly, well, again, I'm not very proficient in CSS, so I'll preface it with that. But like most of the time, like when I did the WoS Plus stuff, it's all grid based. Like that's the one I'm the most like. If I'm gonna say I'm proficient in any CSS layout approach or technology or whatever you want to call it, a grid is the one that I know the best versus flex.
Areas. I actually learned that trick from him watching some of his videos. Choose to go for grid template areas.
A little bit better.
Yeah, and it's curious to see that WoS did not choose to go for grid template areas. I actually learned that trick from him watching some of his videos. So he's explicitly assigning each of these elements to their grid row and grid column. But grid template areas, we've seen some other competitors use this. It gives you nice names where you can place these things. And so WoS might be getting a bit confused here as to which elements are popping into which area of the grid.
Because my image is still a little bit too small. Actually, my image, it's slightly too narrow and slightly too tall. So this image has
It's
a
really-
perfect cover and it's sort of shrunken a little bit. We'll deal with that later though. We have more bigger fish to fry right now. The gap is going to be 10 pixels, maybe a little bit more, maybe 15 or 20. We'll come back to that. I want to start working on the actual content here.
Grid column 1, grid row 1.
You just flex everything.
Width
You just always flexing on everybody, AO.
to be display flex with a gap. Good. Border radius 10px. Okay, how we doing? Oh, that's not looking good at all. Oh, my rows are wrong. 50px. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Look at that, I nailed it.
Yeah, and here we go. WoS is starting to lock it in, 89.39%. He's got those thumbnails at least in the right grid area. And then he'll have to swap where the button goes and the text goes.
Okay, we have this orange button. Add to cart button. So let's grab you. The background is going to be orange. The color is white. The text transform, bold text. I don't actually know if it's bold. It also needs to be width 100%. Display block, and there's a height on it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Josh is starting to lock in the color of this button. This is going to play mind games with WoS, because once he gets that orange button the right size, his match percent is going to be maybe 95, 96%, and WoS is going to start to feel the heat.
There's two big things left, right? The thumbnails, and I have to give them their border, and then the alignment of all this stuff. The alignment of all this stuff is worth more points, so let's start with that. So I think for the container for all this stuff, for the product details wrapper, this guy needs to have some padding. Okay, so Hype Beast Inc. is almost perfect.
Wow, look at Josh's diff just drop into place. Amazing.
Oh my gosh, why is it off by that much? Where's my grid column?
Yeah, and if you're looking at Wes's, he really needs to just set the font size of the title, right? Because you can see his title is just way too big. So if he sets that font size, that's going to bump him up. I don't know if it's going to get him to 97%, but he definitely needs to lower the font size of the title.
Oh, what's this thing in the top on the container? Watch this. 10px linear gradient from white to orange. Background. Show up. Top of container. Boom. No.
I think this is actually a good play by WoS. So you may not notice it, but a keen viewer might see that there's this slight orange across the top. And if WoS can lock that in, might give him maybe 2 or 3 percentage points. So he's working on it now. We can see he's trying to figure out his linear gradient syntax. If he can lock it in, I'm thinking maybe 93, 94%.
Like what I'm trying to do is just get the left edge and the right edge to
We
be
did see it. We did
correct,
see it.
and then I'll deal with the stuff inside afterwards.
Yeah, incredible play from Josh. Just looking at the diff view, you can see all of these things just lock into place.
Background size. I can't spell today. Background repeat. No repeat. Background position. Top center. 100%. Hell is going on here?
Yeah, this might be what cost WoS the game.
No, he's done for.
You have to have perfect play here in the semifinals, right? You have to know the syntax for linear gradient. How do you make it go from the
He's
top?
done.
And if you don't, that might have cost him a minute where he could have been spending time elsewhere. Okay, so he got one. It's not perfect, but that did maybe give him 1 percentage point bump. Yeah.
Couldn't you just do like border top on the background or something like that and make it in an inner border instead of an outer border or something? Would that be another way to do it? Anybody know? AO or anybody else in chat? I feel like him trying to add a background color and then like limit the size of that background for the container is like kind of nuts. Maybe. Could, but can't place a gradient on it. Is it truly a gradient though? I feel like it's just an orange line. Or does it fade into that white background? Is that why?
There we go. He got the sizing. That bumped up to 93%.
Oh, a minute. Okay, in the last minute, what I need to do is get my button to overlap. Where's my button?
Yeah, 1 minute left.
Oh gosh. What else can I do? Okay, you know what? The thumbnails are giving me challenges. I'm jumping to the tag. Discount badge. So you need background light orange.
And Josh at
Color
98%.
Oh,
Incredible.
nice
plays.
job, Josh.
What you need to take you to the finals. Yeah, 25 seconds left.
94. Okay, H2, font size 30. 94.
I don't know why it's asymmetrical.
You're done.
Come
Wes
on.
is done. You're out.
Yeah, only
Okay,
10
I'm not
seconds
gonna-
left.
I'm not touching anything. There's
Product,
7
where's my
seconds left, and I'm
gap?
just gonna break
I
it if I
gotta
touch
increase the
anything
gap.
else.
Yeah.
This might be a good play by Josh. Just let it ride.
Goodness.
Hope that this
Here we
98% match is enough.
20 BX.
20 BX.
Wow.
Oh, that was so hard. There was so many
Incredible.
things.
All right, Wes, you got knocked out of your own competition. How are you feeling?
I'm bummed, but also I'm kind of glad that like it's not rigged. People know that I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
got my butt kicked.
Right.
And like there's no one I'd rather lose to. Like if I lost to Scott, I would be pissed. But if I lost to Josh, he's so nice. He's Canadian, you know? Like
Yeah.
he better
Just because he's Canadian.
thing.
I'll do my
Amazing.
best. I appreciate that.
That wraps up the semifinals of Mad CSS. Scott and Josh, you reached the final step. And next week, you'll compete one last time. One of you is leaving with this trophy and will be crowned the champion of this year's Mad CSS tournament. This is Mad CSS.
All right, predictions for next week's video. I'm taking Josh. Josh all the way. What the? No. Josh all the way. Now we can look at this. This is the bracket. What's the challenge though? I don't think they've announced that yet. It'll come out next Friday morning Eastern time. Yeah, that was good. That was a tight race. That's crazy. I think that was one of the best matchups of the series, if not the best matchup of the series. I think Scott's gonna get rolled. I don't know. I mean, no shade to Scott. He's way better at CSS than I am. But the way Josh just handled that whole situation, he was cool, calm, collected, meticulously, methodically worked his way through that challenge. It just gave me a ton of confidence in him, where Scott the whole time was like, oh no. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean he can't pull it off. I'm just feeling like he's gonna hinder himself from being successful against a tight race like we just saw with Wes and Josh, you know? If it's really design based, then yes. Yeah. So very cool. And apparently you can try this out yourself. If you go to syntax.syntax.fm/ does that actually work? Or if I get rid of the dashboard part, does that work? Yeah. I mean, it just automatically redirects the dashboard. But if you go to this, you can basically do these challenges, it looks like. Settings. Oh, you connect your file system. That's how it works. That's how they're able to be like, oh, I'll work on it from here on this VS Code. And you just point it to the folder that you're working within. Very interesting. And then you connect it that way. And in terms of the battles, they have Syntax Live Battle. They have the Mad CSS Official Battle semifinal, the one that they just did. The quarterfinals, which they did before. A text battle, Syntax Shop, Mad CSS Official Battle Round 1. A sign-in form, a buy button, basic box, and Horizon. Very cool. I might set up to try and do these on stream sometime. I think that'd be fun. AO says, could also have a challenge where it's a syntax that Josh doesn't know yet. Oh, yeah. You know, speaking of this, one thought that's crossing my mind is like, this is for like front end development and design and all that stuff. I wonder if it's possible. I don't know how it would work though. Like it hasn't quite clicked in my brain. but if it's possible to do something similar for like back-end development or some other style of development outside of I guess there is with the what's that other thing CJ does? Wow, what is it called? It's another type of battle. It's another type of battle that he does. Maybe May, you know, because you're a follower of CJ's, right? What he used to do on Coding Garden. I forget the name of the website. There's a website where you can do battles that are timed, where you got to like solve algorithms. Essentially, they give you a problem, like a word problem, and you got to solve them with code. So that's kind of the way to do it. It would be fun to watch you. Yeah. Especially since I suck at CSS. So it'd be really frustrating. Ayo says, because Scott is up to date, like, for real. Yeah. Yeah, Scott knows all the latest CSS updates, right? Yeah, kind of like an advent of code. Yeah, that's a good point too, Ayo. So, like, create a platform. No, you don't even need to create a platform. There's a website that already exists. I don't remember what it's called though, but CJ's done it on his stream before. All right. Well, thank you for indulging me in watching that. Hope you all enjoyed it. Again, go check out the folks over at Syntax on YouTube, but here's the website if you want to check out Mad CSS further. That's where they're doing the competition and keeping track of all that. And then the video we just watched on the Syntax channel is right here, dropping that in the chat. Oops, I meant to do that in there, so it goes to YouTube and Twitch. But madcss.com, check it out. All right, back to the regular scheduled stream now. That was fun. I really enjoy watching those. If you haven't seen any of the past ones, they have them all on the channel as well. I wonder if they made it a playlist yet. They should definitely make it a playlist if it's not already. Yeah, here it is. Let me send you the playlist. So if you haven't seen the past episodes of this, you can go check it out here. There's been 5? I watched both round 1 videos. Oh, CJ did a video that's a breakdown of the solution for round 1. That's why there's 5 of them. Okay, that was throwing me off. And I watched the quarterfinals. I think I watched that on the plane, actually. Yeah. So, all right. Let me get set up here. I don't even have VS Code opened up. You watched that video yesterday? Nice, man. What'd you think? Did you enjoy it?
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Phil_Carbo.
Phil Carbo says pretty much everything from Syntax is gold. Yes. Very true, very true. Good to see you, Phil. How's everything going? What's your win of the week if you got one to share? Ayo says, on that note, I'm going to go be flat. Have fun in the WoS Bot. Yes. Appreciate the raid. Thank you again for that support, Ayo, and hanging out even afterwards. I know you're, what it's like after a stream. You're pretty worn out, and for you to stick around and chat and watch that's very kind of you. So thank you, and have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. May says, I did enjoy seeing the solutions. Yes. Are there any? It's installing an update for VS Code right now. What are some, while I'm waiting for it to get set up here, some things that have happened between last stream and this stream in terms of the development world? Cursor released their new composer model. So if you're not familiar, Cursor is another development environment tool, integrated development environment, IDE, kind of like VS Code. It's a fork of VS Code essentially. And they have been rolling out. They had Composer 1.5 came out, I don't know, not too long ago, like maybe a few months ago. And then Composer 2 just came out. I saw that there was some controversy. There's always freaking, and we've talked about this before, so I'm just going to make a quick note of it. There are always the same people that love to make content about the drama and just harp on the drama of things. But apparently something happened where Cursor didn't call out the fact that they built Composer 2 off of another open weighted model. I think it's the right way to describe it. Kimi, which is another large language model focused on coding. and then Cursor like did reinforced learning on top of that model or something like that. So anyway, it was like a big to do that to me was like not a huge, I don't know. I didn't think it was as big of a deal as people made it out to be, or at least what I was seeing on socials. In any case, they should have called it out. Let me be very clear. Like, they should have called it out. Maybe it was a mistake on their part. Maybe it was intentional, you know, like an accidental mistake, or maybe it was intentional. I don't know. I feel like there are worse things that companies have done in that regard than something like that. But needless to say, they should have done it. They made a mistake. They owned up to it and clarified everything. And then the Kimmy people even replied saying something to the effect of like, we're on good terms. Like, there's no harm, no foul, something like that. So it's like, it's a nothing thing. Anyway, so that happened. I will be making a video on that. I've also had when I talk about videos I'm making, I'm generally talking about, or pretty much exclusively talking about videos for Sneak on the Sneak channel, if you haven't checked that out. I have a series going on right now that I very much would love for you all to check out. What's up, Sean A? How you doing, buddy? What's your win of the week if you got one to share? I've been doing in a similar way. I had this planned even before the Mad CSS thing came up, but it was basically like a vibe coding platform challenge. Like, it's battles where I put the same prompt into bolt.new and lovable, and I see which one comes up with a better result, better outcome, better solution. And I've done that for those two. I've done it for base 44 and v0 from Vercel. I've done it for GitHub Spark and Replit. And we have what I feel are 3 winners from it, but I'm curious for you all to check out those videos. The Sneak YouTube, but you can use the command Sneak YT, I think it is. Oh, I keep doing it in the wrong spot. I gotta do it over here. Yeah, that one. If you use that command, that's the link to it. youtube.com/sneaksec, SNYKSEC. So I need to record the next round though, but I want to, like, I have a feeling of like what I think which platform won in each video, and I call that out. But if there's enough people that say otherwise, we can go with the next one, and I'll use those in the next round. And I have to come up with a new prompt too for them. So in any case, that's the last video of the first round of that series is coming out on Monday. I have a video on OpenAI's GPT 5.4 coming out. I do want to make one on Cursor's Composer 2 as well to see how that does and compares to the previous versions of Composer, and whether it stacks up against the big foundational models like Opus 4.6 or GPT 5.4, stuff like that. So that's what's in store for videos and content on the Sneak channel. So if any that interests you, be sure to check out the channel and subscribe there if you'd like. But yes, regardless of all that, if you like content I make and want to see more of me, that is a great place to go do it. And I would greatly appreciate if you check those videos out in particular and let me know. You could just skip to the end if you want, instead of watching how things progress, I guess. You let me know whether you feel one platform did a better job over the other. And it all sparked from BioCow asking about which vibe code platform they should go with. So I thought that was pretty cool, but that's how it started out. All right, let's, I haven't even touched the code base in so long. We need to figure out, potentially, if time permitting, because I got about a little over an hour left before I got to call it. Time permitting, let's see if we can fix the bug that Dylan R. Carp has shared with us. In the last stream, I think it was the last stream, right? Those of you that were here, keep me honest. We were able to implement a new feature in the chatbot where it will show the big word repeating in the chat room. The one bug that Dylan has found is on certain levels where it's level 19 plus, which is when words on stream hides the answers with question marks, basically, right? And that's part of the challenge with that game. And one of the things people do is what we were doing is we would write those answers down in Notepad when I would see people guess them. Anyway, we've created a workaround with that makes it a little bit more obvious, because people will see the answers in the chat room anyway when people enter them in, and they'll see that, okay, May got this word correct, and May's most recent word that she sent into the chat, that worked. Like that's what it was. So you know that's her answer. Oh, I got some updates to do too. So I got to pull in these changes that I've made. I need to uninstall. Okay. Where was I going with that? So anyway, at the higher levels though, you have to really be paying attention. And anyway, what Dylan reported as a bug is sometimes instead of it showing the actual big word that somebody guessed at those higher levels where the answers are hidden with question marks, it will show question marks. And then other times it does show the correct one. So we kind of actually need to play the game to test this out and see what's going on. So what I want to do is I'll run it. Can I run it locally for now? Yeah, I feel like I'll run it locally. I'll share my screen in a second here so you can see. Run dev. The only problem is it's going to be duplicate. We're going to see duplicate messages from the bot in the chat. So just a heads up on that. Okay. Get a WoS instance running. And we'll tell the bot to actually, I think.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, WoS Bot.
What's up, WoS Bot? Attempting to connect, connection lost. Okay. Is that my mirror link or F6? Yeah, that's my mirror link. Okay. All right, so here's the mirror, folks. It's shown twice because of the fact that I'm running the bot. Sean, what'd you say? Oh, Sean's win of the week. I almost missed it, right? Sean's win of the week. I'm getting some tattoo therapy later today. Nice. Loss of the week. I am not temporarily a manager and already fighting against what my director wants. Now. I am now temporarily. Yeah. Okay. Well, congrats on the win. Enjoy the tattoo therapy. This is the thing about running the bot in two places. I wonder if... It says it's connected. Now it's saying trying to reconnect. Oh, to the WoS Plus channel. No, we don't need that. I need to go into the WoS Plus channel and write disconnect. WoS twitch.tv/WoS Plus. Go into the chat. Or WoS Plus. Yeah, WoS Plus. Go WSD. Disconnect. Only the broadcaster can do that? Alright, hold on, chat. I'm setting things up here. Sorry. All right, I disconnected it from the WoS Plus channel. What I missed in chat here? BRB, okay, man. Because otherwise it's going to keep trying to reconnect to WoS Plus instance of the game and just become a mess. All right. So we're going to see the WoS Plus bot in action. If you haven't seen it before, it's going to be fantastic. And we are going to see if we can reproduce the bug that Dylan has reported where it repeats the big word as question mark. So we got to get to level 19 or higher, and we got to see what's happening there. We got to see if, but basically what Dylan suspects, and I think Dylan is onto something here. He suspects that if the big word is guessed with the bot sending the answer, it ignores its own messages for that. And therefore it becomes question marks. So we're going to test that out. All right, folks. Let's put this over in this corner. Make it a little smaller. Make this big and full screen. Hide the right-hand side. Might hide the logs for this for now, actually, over here. All right, let's go into WoS Plus for the game. We got it open and running. I'll move it over here. Move it up a little bit more. Okay, so now I can switch here. That would make sense, yeah. All right, so now we can play. Let's do the start. It should start commands. All right, enable CR. Now we can start. Sweet. There's the big word. And then the bot is repeating the big word in all caps and spaces between each letter. Very good.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Nightbot.
Nightbot. Yeah, I don't know what other words I'm missing here. Alternate? Why isn't it showing the correct words or letters on this, though? It's not picking up the level. It must not have connected to the game. Oh, here, let's refresh. Come on. Switch to words on stream category in the meantime. There's something going on. Let's see. In the logs, maybe. Connection to failed. That's weird because the game's loading. Why isn't it connecting? Are they blocking my WebSocket connections now? They must be blocking my connection? Is it on auto start? No, it's not. Didn't you have this sort of issue before when running multiple instances? Yeah, maybe if I go into private, see if it works. May, are you noticing wasplus.com not connecting to the levels? Oh, this one's... It is working for you? Okay. It's super slow. It looks like it's kind of connected, saying it's connected. But it's not showing the correct level, which is weird. Let's see what happens while I have it here. And did you refresh in the middle of the first round? You know, no, I don't think I did. Let's do a continue and see what happens here. Okay, it updated to level 3 now, and it's getting letters. Okay, what about the other one? Did the other one? This one's still having a connection. Oh no, this one's working now. Okay. Okay, that was weird. I was worried they might. That's one thing I'm worried about, is like, if I don't want to step on their toes and to the point where they're like, we're gonna block this guy's stuff now, you know. I don't think it'll come to that, considering one of the developers had joined the stream. You're leaving now? All right, Sean. Nice job getting the big word. Leaving it on a high note. So we got tile light. Yeah. Clue. In lieu. You were locked, May, that's why. Try lieu again. Nice. What's this other L word between lieu? There it is. Why didn't you guess it, May? Why didn't it give it to you and it gave it to Rugmat? That's weird. Rugmat, are you signed into Rugmat Bot right now? And you just did that? All right, what's the 5-letter word we missed? Utile. 3 stars. Do you like the star emoji? I think I did that off stream too. Using the star emojis instead of asterisks. Oh, where's Dolph? This is Dolph's board. Yep. Why don't you just guess it, May? Oh, you want a bot to show up there? We do need to be in the habit of having a bot, like the WoS Plus bot, send in the big word, because at level 19 that's going to be the true test. We need to see if a bot corrects the guess word, is used to correctly guess the big word. We gotta see. Dolph is playing on Dylan's stream. Oh, okay, got you. Lion. Loin. Plod. Hinder? Yeah, Hind, okay. Let's define Hind. What does that mean? Email of the red deer. Pond. Hold. Polly. Oil. Oil. Doyle. Oh, Doyle rules. What are these other words? Idle, Lido, Lino, and Pion. Okay. Okay. We're slowly getting there. Get to level 19. We got this. Need to be able to test this out. Regret. Oh. Grit is in there. Okay. Tiger? That worked. Oh. Trigger. Gert? Yeah. All right, one more 5-letter word. What in the world is it? Egret? Great. No, it's after T, so it's gotta be Trier. Yeah. Nice clear. Look at us go. All right, here we go. We're getting close to level 19. Ooh. Tanner? Gainer? Where am I typing? Oh, in there. Triangle.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Pommy King.
Hey, Pommy. Rant. Giant. Ooh. Ring. Okay, that worked. Tiring? Knit. Nat. Is A fake? Gent. Gant. Train. So I think A is fake. Game. Trin. Brand. Gert. Grit. Turning. Nice, Pommy. Turn. Ubra. Trig. Oh, you is there. Grunt. Tuning. Running? Runt. Nice. All right, we reached the goal. Unit. Nice, nice, nice. Well done, team. You missed ruin, rung, trug, ruing, truing.
2 minutes on Twitch.
All right, 2 minutes. Let's do this one quick. And then we'll pause while the ad runs. Geriatric. Tragic. Train. Rain. Garage? Great. Gauge. Gauge. Gager. Rage. Okay. Triage? No. Trig? Unlock Trig. Garage.
An ad is about to start in
I think
1
T
minute.
is fake. E is hidden letter. Great. Great. Tear. Tier. Gate. Gear.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Dolphin Mermaid.
What's up, Dolph? Tagger. Oh. Interesting. Turga? What? The upper or dorsal surface of an articulated animal such as an arthropod. Nice clear. Alright, we're going to level 19, but there's an ad starting, so we're going to pause for a second. We're going to pause.
The ad is starting now and will go for 180
The
seconds.
reason we're pausing for the ad is we need all players to help us figure out this bug with the bot, the chat bot that Dylan has reported, okay? So, if you can hear me right now, I'm going to type it in chat too. We are paused for the ad. We need to test the WoS Plus bot to guess the big word on levels with hidden answers to see if it uses question marks in chat for the big word. Loss of the week, an app I used for 14 years. Company went under yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, May. That's a bummer when that happens. It's a bigger bummer when a company just decides, like Google decides to just shut it down. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're actively testing that out in the stream here, Dolph. But I just want to make sure everybody's able to play and not being actively blocked by ads at the moment. No warning either. Oh, that's a bummer, man. They should have like emailed you or something, right?
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, RGHZQW.
What's up, RDH? First time chatter. Happy to have you here. Welcome in. We're paused right now because ads are running and we want to make sure everybody can help out because we're actively debugging or trying to figure out an issue in the WoS Plus chatbot that we have built on stream here. So if that's what brought you here, I'm glad to hear that. If you're just browsing and thought, hey, let me check out this channel, happy to have you here that way as well. I am Clarkio. I stream every Friday at 12:30 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. And I've been working on this tool that is supplemental to words on stream. So if you like playing words on stream, and you like some of the features that are added from the website of wosplus.com and the bot that we've created here, then this is the channel for you, along with some other channels that use the tools too.
Follow Pommy King.
Hey, Pommy King.
Follow.
Thank you for the follow, Pommy King. Appreciate that. Welcome in. You've been watching my YouTube vids? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know anybody was really watching the... So you watch the stream recording videos? Is that what you're talking about, RDH? Thank you for letting me know about that, by the way. Because I didn't think anybody really watched those. That's awesome to hear. So you're familiar then with everything? Yeah, some of them? Okay, cool. So you're familiar with what we've been building. Well, thanks for tuning in live, coming from the videos to here. That's awesome of you. All right, I think the ads are done. The ads are done, so we can... What's up, Kirk?
Today, Kirk_.
Kirk, if you're just joining, we're working on debugging an issue that Dylan brought up where the chat bot shows question marks for the big word. So I need everybody to work in a concerted effort here, okay? When the next level loads up, if you know what the big word is, send it to... Oh, actually, Rugmat, are you there right now? Rugmat, so the one thing that could maybe throw this off is if Rugmat bot guesses the... I don't know. That might be a good test still, too. In any case, we need Rugmat bot or WoS Plus bot, preferably WoS Plus bot, to guess the big word. Because that's the theory Dylan has, and I think it is a pretty good theory of why that bug is happening where it shows the big word as all question marks instead of the actual big word. Which command is that? You just say a word, and then less than. The problem with that, though, is, well, a couple things. I have 2 instances of the bot running, so I can capture the logs. I'm running it like locally in my editing tool here. And potentially the Rugmat bot might be interfering with this. No, I'm not saying you have to do... I'm not saying you have to do the smaller word first, Kirk. I'm saying if you know what the big word is, don't guess it as yourself. Send it in for the bot to guess it for you. I don't have that enabled, the Z and then the word, RDH. So in this channel, I have Q, W, and then, you know, like word and less than. If you use any of those, there will be bots that repeat the words for you. But in any case, I want to use the less than option because I want WoS Plus bot or maybe Rugmat bot. I think that's going to help us reproduce the issue, the bug that I'm seeing. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's Rugmat or WoS Plus. I don't think so. But Dylan's theory, which I'm going based off of, and that's what we're trying to test right now, is that the reason why sometimes the bot will show question marks for the big word when we're at level 19 or higher is because that bot was used to send in that correct guess to the game. No, you don't need both exclamation point W and less than. Just do for the big word less than, like that. And either Rugmat bot or WoS Plus bot will send in that answer, and we'll see if that causes it to repeat question marks instead of the word itself. All right, so everybody got it? Nobody guess the big word as yourself. If you're going to guess the big word, put the less than symbol after it, please, just so that we can test this out. If we don't get it in this round, as long as we pass it, we can keep testing. So not a huge deal, but definitely thank you. All right, thank you, Dolphin Kirk. All right, let's try it. Oh, let me enable. If I do it force of habit, I will try not to. Yeah, no worries, Kirk. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we make a mistake, you just get so focused into the game that you end up sending it yourself. It's not a huge deal. We just, as long as we pass the level and we can try again, that's cool. All right, here we go. Also, here's the mirror for anybody just joining. Is it perfume? Ooh, no. I was close. Perfume is... Ooh, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's see what the... that might be it. All right, let me check the logs here. Does it not capture? It must not be capturing. Is there a way I can look at the chat message in memory? I think we just reproduced it. All right, so let's pass this level as fast as possible. And then what I want to do to like verify this is if one of you guessed the big word correctly instead of a bot. Okay? So we reproduced it. I think we accurately reproduced it. It worked out absolutely as best as we possibly could because we got RugMat bot to guess before WoS Plus bot. So well done. Well done, everybody. You all are amazing. You helped with that test greatly, and that means a lot. So thank you for being here and helping out with that. Dylan says, I think I jumped back in at the perfect time. You did. We were just actively testing your theory, and I think I'm feeling even more confident that your theory is right. I think I have the bot keeping record of everybody else's chat messages, but its own, in order to determine the big word. All right, so here's the true test now. So in the next level, we need to make sure a bot does not guess the big word. Yeah, no bot this time. And we'll see if it shows the letters accurately. Then we'll pass it, and then we'll do the test one more time where the bot corrects it. So anyway, I'll talk you through it as we get there. Let's go to the next level. Nice job clearing that on 5 stars. Well done, chat. So this time we want a human, one of you, to guess the big word instead of giving it to the bots. Okay? Send it. Nice, Kirk. And yep, look, it shows the letters properly now. Hey, but where are we? Oh, where's my button for there it is. Pyrol, what is that? Toxic liquid. Oh. That's any of a class of aromatic heterocyclic compounds containing a ring of 4 carbon atoms and a nitrogen atom, especially the simplest one, C4H5N. Muy interesante. Polyp, propel, and reply. Oh man, how did I miss reply? All right, well done, chat. Pause here for a second and listen closely. The next round, to further confirm this theory. Yeah, no worries, Dolph. Further confirm this theory, we need to make sure one of the bots, like WoS Plus bot, guesses the big word. Okay, so if you know what the big word is, send it in with the less than symbol. Like that, so that we can get one of those bots to enter it in. Okay, thank you very much. Guess, yeah, it should be good. All right, let's do it this time. Let's see if we can reproduce it one more time. Perfect. So if we can guess the big word right now with the bot, that'd be ideal situation. Oh, there it goes. Well, RugMap bot is now available again. Is O fake, do we think? Ooh, RugMap bot got it that time. Let's see if it does it. Okay, I think it's only if WoS plus bot. Nice job, Kirk. You did it. You did it properly. The only thing that happened is RugMap bot had already guessed, and therefore WoS plus bot missed out on that. Bot is just running so good, man. I'm so happy with how things are going on it. Dylan, I think you're right, man. I'm like, oh, we failed on that one too. Shoot. Okay. All right, no worries. All right, what I think I'm gonna do in this situation is we're gonna stop it from running locally, and we're gonna talk to Claude about it. I don't often get Aldrin. Yeah. Unlaid and lurid. I rarely get those words anyway. I wonder if this one is in the database actually. Let me see. Do I have that open right now? Is it in the boards database? Diurnal? Boards filter ID DIURNAL. Never heard of it in my life. Oh, we do have that board already. So that's good. We're up to 1,539 boards captured and 9,164 words captured from everybody playing it. Dylan says, didn't you put in a feedback loop protection so it didn't trigger itself when someone entered Command C? Wonder if that's part of it. I did. You are correct in that, sir. However, I doubt that that's part of it. I think it's more of... I mean, you might be right. You might be right. But what I'm leaning towards and suspecting right now, yeah, go ahead and keep playing, is it's not, it's ignoring. So what it does, what the bot does is it's constantly keeping a record of chat messages that are.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Bearded Cactus Jack.
What's up, Bearded Cactus Jack? Happy to have you here. It's constantly keeping a record of chat messages, but it's probably not adding its own messages to that record. So I need it to, whereas the other bots like RugMap bot, it doesn't know that that's another bot, right? It knows itself as a bot and therefore can ignore its own messages. So I need to see about fixing it. See what might be happening there. Nice clear. There is a bug with the chat bot when identifying. Let me turn this off. Okay. When identifying the big word that's correctly guessed during an active level in the words on screen game. What I think might be happening is the bot itself is getting credit for guessing. Oh, it only happens on levels 19 or greater, where the game WebSocket events don't provide the word that was correctly guessed and instead uses question marks for the letters of the word that are guessed. In this situation, we leverage the tracking of Twitch chat messages to correlate with the game event that contains the Twitch username that correctly guessed the big word. What I suspect is happening. I think when players use the less than feature for this chatbot, which repeats the word for the user, and when that results in
Welcome in and thanks
WoS
for joining
Plus
today, BioCo.
Bot. Hey, what's up, BioCow? Good to see you. When that results in the WoS Plus Bot getting credits for correctly guessing the big word, we don't currently capture the Twitch chat messages or the bot itself. Please look into whether the chat bots Twitch chat messages are being captured, and if this is causing it to send big word messages as something like question mark. All right, let's see. I'm gonna let it edit automatically. Do your thing, Opus. All right, I think this will be the only thing we address today, considering I have to cut it slightly short at 3:30. So just a heads up on that, chat. For those of you that are just joining, I spoke about this earlier in the stream that I have to, well, one, I wasn't sure if I was going to be streaming today. I said that on the last stream before I went on a little vacation. And then two, I have to stop around 3:30 Eastern time. It is just about 3 p.m. Eastern time right now. Oh man, another Python supply chain attack. Telnyx. Telnyx. PyPy package registry is just getting slammed this week with supply chain attacks.
Oh, hey bearded Cactus Jack, thanks for hitting that follow button.
Thank you for that.
Cactus Jack followed.
Appreciate that, bearded Cactus Jack. Happy to have you here. Welcome in. Excuse you, Dolph. BioCow, have you seen the videos that were inspired by you over on Sneak? Oh, it planned. Look at that. It planned it out for me. I did it. I've been doing a video series of vibe code platforms: Bolt versus Lovable, V0 versus Base 44, Replit versus GitHub Spark. Kirk says, let me guess your favorite TV series, Mr. Robot. Am I right? I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do really enjoy Mr. Robot. Oh, you sent it to your friend? Thanks, BioCow. I appreciate you sharing that with people. We got one more video coming out on Monday, which is going to be the GitHub Spark versus Replit. But I do want to know what you feel based on if you get time to watch them and you check them out. I'm curious what you feel on which one's better when I show them all. Because I'm looking for feedback from people because I haven't recorded the next round. So basically I'm treating it like almost like a March Madness thing. And I think I have the 3 winners from each of those rounds, and I'm going to do all 3 of them against each other at once, but I want to make sure there's some consensus, at least a little bit, around which ones people feel won or were better in those situations. So, all right, let me see what this thing is saying here. All right, WoS Plus levels 19 plus correctly guess words, have their letters replaced with question marks in WebSocket events. The bot resolves the actual word by looking up recent Twitch chat messages from the guessing user in that. When a user uses that repeat feature bridge, the bot sends the word to chat. If WoS credits the bot with the guess, resolve word from chat searches for messages from the bot's username, but bot messages are filtered out before reaching the buffer, so the word can't be resolved and displays question marks. Okay, root cause. Index there is bot message returns early. Yep, Dylan, I think you're right. Chat buffer push on line 250, so bot messages never enter the buffer where we're capturing chat messages. Okay. Fix, add bots repeat messages to the chat buffer. Move chat buffer push call before the isbot message early return, or cleaner approach, push the bot's message into the buffer when processing the repeat feature. I like that better. Add a test scenario, files to modify. I like the cleaner approach of pushing bot's message into the buffer when processing the repeat feature. Yeah. This is the target approach. We only capture the specific bot message that matters, a repeated word, not all bot messages. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine then. I'll say yes and auto accept. Let me see. Should be a quick fix. A little one-line change type of thing. Bot needs to guess the big word. Well, it's still going to be broken anyway. So until I push these changes out from Opus here. Yeah, I kind of turned it into doing a bracket thing. BioCow. A very short bracket. And an uneven bracket, because now we're going to have 3 winners. I don't know that there's 2 other platforms I can try and pull in to make it like another two rounds, basically. Kirk says we got level 101. All perfect. All perfects on another stream yesterday. Maybe we can beat that here. Oh, sweet. Yeah, go for it. I love that you all go through go work at that level of perfection.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today's Sayonati.
Hey, say it. All right, saying it's done and working. Let's check out the diff. Chat buffer push. It has access to the chat buffer there. Yep. Channel name, config, Twitch bot username, and the word. Perfect. That's all we needed. And we added some tests. All right. All right, let's commit these changes. And we're going to push them to production on a Friday afternoon. This is all fixed up. We'll be good to go. Check the logs over here. All right, deployment is running right now. Deployment's still running. The logs look like they're going to pass. Nice clear. Is that clear every round now? So far? Still on that streak, Kirk? That's something else we should capture in the bot. Consecutive clears. Yippee. Nice. Alright, the new instance of the bot is being updated right now. We'll see. It's connecting to everything. It's joining the channels. Let's make sure it's connected. Alright, now it's connected. Alright. Alright, so we'll be able to test it out next game. Nice, clear. It always does that. Whenever I initially deploy it, it repeats messages for some reason. And then it like settles itself out. It's dropping in and out. I'm sorry to hear that, Kirk. Maybe drop it to a different resolution. Oh, that's interesting. Got a little database error on that. It's all good for you, Dolph? Okay. All right, try to get WoS plus bot to get the big word this one. It's a the stream always gets laggy when you have the mirror open. Bandwidth hoard. Yeah, sorry. That's a bummer. Oops, I didn't mean to do it. Anybody know the big word? Oh, Rugmat bot took it. Nice try, site. Nice try, Saya. We gotta try and get. We gotta get. If Rugmat, if you're here, if you could temporarily disable your bot so we can test this. The big word is Bob. Thanks, Rugmat. Super helpful. Rugmat, where are you at? I need you to turn off the bot temporarily. Time the bot out. Oh, good call, Dylan. Good call, man. I don't want to ban it. Let's time it out. I'll wait until next round to time it out, maybe. Dylan wins the internet today, says Backup. Yeah. I'm going to wait until next round starts, and then I'm going to time out the bot. Rugmat bot. Oh, you didn't get the clear. Oh, you broke the clear streak. Good try, chat. Good try. Bummer. It's still it's super impressive, though, nonetheless. All right, I'm timing out Rugmat bot for 10 minutes. So we should be good to get this test, okay? So listen, big word, send it in with the less than symbol so that we can get the WoS plus bot to guess the big word. I know that kind of goes against it because you won't get the points, but we're testing out a feature with the WoS plus bot, or bug rather, that Dylan has reported at these higher levels where the guesses are hidden, okay? Big word with less than symbol. Number? Nope. Dumber? Ooh. Okay, it's working. We fixed it. It got fixed. It got fixed. It got fixed. Nice job, chat. Thank you for helping me testing that out. It is now fixed. Appreciate you all bearing with me. Now play the game however you want to play the game. There we go, Dylan. We're all set. All right, good. I feel accomplished. It was a very solid stream. Well-rounded stream. We had a lot of fun today. Win of the week helped fix a bug. Yes, you were absolutely right. I think it would have taken me much longer to figure that out had it not been for your spidey senses. No, it did not matter, May. I mean, I would like it to take the alphabetically last big word, so ranged in this case, it looks like. But it basically, at the time of right now, it takes whatever the first big word guessed is. So yeah, we had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 big words on that one. Dylan says, helps that I lurk my stream and it's used often enough that I can notice those patterns. Yeah, no, it's awesome, Dylan. Appreciate you, buddy. Well done, chat. Chat. You all were huge help in figuring that out, testing it out, and helping me fix it. Dylan says, and not to mention my amazing regulars that help out by pinging me as well. Yes. All right, feel free to, use the repeating of, use the bots however you want, play the game however you want. We have succeeded in our mission for today in fixing that bug. In fact, I'm going to disconnect or stop this from running anymore.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Uncle_Alex.
Hey, what's up, Arkle? Happy to have you here, first time chatter. If you're new here, you haven't seen content from me in the past, we've been working on this tool that you see on screen here. That is a supplemental tool for the game Words on Stream, and most recently we've been working on the chat bot for it, which you see as WoS plus bot in the chat. So all those features that are telling you when the level's complete, how many stars we got, what the big word is, it can repeat words, it can define words for you. All that we've been building out on stream as of recently for WoS plus bot. We're happy to have you here. If you're interested in seeing more of that stuff, feel free to drop a follow for anybody that hasn't done so already. And all that fun stuff. I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes and then we'll go raid into Dylan's stream so you can keep playing Words on Stream. Or better yet, we'll play until you all lose for now. Thank you. Oh, hot. You know, Dylan, while you're here, I know you had sent some other ideas and thoughts on hiding or not showing the correct words and that type of thing. Now that I'm thinking about that, people could just use the bot then. They don't need to use the website at all. You know what I mean? Like maybe you're a streamer that just wants to show the WoS Plus board. You don't want to show the correct words and all that stuff. You could just use the bot. Biocast's challenge accepted. What do you mean? What challenge? Yeah, that's another option we can point people to, Dylan, is like instead of just have the chatbot and don't use the overlay at all. Right, because essentially the chatbot's doing all this stuff right here. It's not doing anything with the correct words or missed words right now. I think what I'll do at the end of a level is have it send out the missed words. But that's a future thing. Why did that get denied? I'm gonna allow that. So that's kind of my thought process. Biocast says I just popped out chat and am not viewing screen. I'll try playing next game like this. Oh, okay, yeah. See how WoS Plus Bot just helps you in playing that way instead of playing with the overlay and everything. Could be cool. Honestly, I feel like people like, especially when ads come up with all the things that WoS Plus Bot does in the chat, it gives you level progress, like when the players unlock, when the level completes and all that stuff. So you could potentially play words on stream headless without looking at the board. Seems like BioCow's trying it out. BioCow, let me know how that experience goes. So you see the letters. It shows you level 67 started. Here are the letters. Dylan says, yeah, I noticed it definitely helps ad viewers. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And there you go. Now we got glimpse. So you just make words from glimpse there, from the big word. It even counteracts stream lag to a certain degree too. I didn't know of all these potential benefits that would come from it, Dylan. That's awesome. These are like selling points. At some point when I feel like it's the chat bot is pretty feature complete, that's when I think I'll add the, not necessarily for you, Dylan, but I'm just saying in general for new people that want to use the chat bot in their own streams. I'll put the paywall, I'll implement a paywall in there somehow. I still need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm curious if anybody here. BioCouch says, did I get any? Yes, you got 9. You got 9. I guess that's the one thing you don't realize when you got 9 points. So you got something, at least one word correct. That's the one thing that you miss out on in chat if you don't look at the board, is you don't know if you got a word correctly guessed or not. Dolphin says, are you putting Rugmat bot back? Yes, it should after. It was only timed out for 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't know how long it's been in that timeout from now, but It'll come back. Oh yeah, Biocow's like, don't know what's been guessed. Yeah. WoS points user, you have X points last round, X points so far this game. Yeah. That could be a way of doing it. But in these quick levels like this where you can only guess 3 times and stuff like that. I don't know if people will have time to run that command necessarily to see. That might be a cool idea, a completely headless version of words on stream. Nice clear, chat. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you meant, Dylan. Was it quoted? Hmm. Yeah, I bet BioCow. Kirk, you gonna retire at 100? Yeah, I gotta go at the half-hour mark here, or around it. Dolphin says petrol price rocketing here now over 250 per liter. Yeah, getting up there by me here as well. It's unfortunate. Rug Mat Bot is back. Dang. I couldn't think of anything there, chat. Well done. Kirk leading the way. 457. Then Dolph. Saya. May. Nice job. Nice job. Yeah, I feel for you. Thank you for trying that out, BioCow. That's cool. It's good to hear how it went. Oh, I got one. Nice clear. 102. Good stuff, chat. Good stuff. Why can't I guess? Oh, what the heck? That was weird delay right there. There's too many answers at once or something.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Fusheros.
What's up, Frank? No mini Clark Hill today? No, she's not. She's at school. Why doesn't return work? I guessed return. Was I locked? Am I losing my mind? Shouldn't return work? R-E-T-U-R-N, yeah. Return. Am I losing my mind, chat? What? Did somebody guess it already? It just didn't capture it here? It's just not on the board? How is that possible? How is that not on the board? Oh, somebody, Rugmat bot got returned. It's not showing up in the correct guess words. Something happened there. There's some type of like network delay or something that happened that I think caused all that. That was not a pleasant experience. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Level 112. Dang, Saya gets that big word fast for us. Love it. Rerun was there, not return. No, return was there. I saw it. It was in the middle of the board. WoS Rugmat bot had gotten it.
An ad is about to start in 2 minutes on Twitch.
I'm stumped. Anomic.
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
Oh, I just beat you to it, Arkle.
The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
Clear! Clear! Nice clear chat. Nice clear. All right. I'm going to let you all keep playing. I'm going to switch scenes though. Should pick it up. There we go. All right. I'm going to step away, double check on what we're doing here. I know I'm supposed to be stopping around 3:30. It is 3:40. I don't want to cut you all off. Or we could leave it like this. I don't know if the state would be saved between now and next stream, like for that long period of time. Is that possible? Maybe we do that? What do you think, chat? We hold here and we go raid Dylan? Because I got to get going. I think we might do that. I know Dolph just left. No idea. Dylan, do you know? Or is Dylan there maybe? Dylan usually knows that kind of stuff. Or Dolph. Or maybe Kirk or Saya. I'm around. What? Dylan, do you know if we hold the game at this level right now, will it stay like this until I start the game up next stream? Does it last that long, or is it like typically you gotta... Oh, it will. Okay. All right, let's do that then. I'm going to disable, continue, and restart. We're going to pause the game here and leave it in this state. All right, we're going to try that. I've held the game for a couple days. I know they hold games on other channels between streams as well. Okay, let's give it a try. I mean, I don't think we've ever tried it where it's a whole week between games, but we'll see what happens. In any case, we made it to level 1, 2, 3. Like, that's perfect to end on that, you know? Biocal says, thanks. I'll have to watch your V0 versus base 44. I'll appreciate that, Biocal. Let me know what you think. Easiest 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Dylan. Let me know what you think. Glad to hear that. Hope you find it fun and interesting. And I did like base 44. I don't like V0 as much. I'll tell you that. As like a quick, slight spoiler, but you'll see the results. Like, you want to see how it does and why I feel that way. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. I am streaming next week. Yes, I was always planning on streaming next week. It was this week where it was questionable whether I was going to be streaming or not. But here we are. We did it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate the follows from Pommy King and Bearded Cactus, the resub from Triple B, Bald Bearded Builder, AO with the raid, Rugmat with the Matrix movement and stuff like that. Thank you for that. Appreciate you all. If you were just lurking, playing words with us, chatting with me, that means the world to me. Thank you for your support in that way. If you want to try this out and use this stuff while you're playing on other streamers' streams, one, if they need the bot, tell them, hey, go check out Clarkio or reach out to Clarkio on Discord to get the bot added to your stream. Or if you want to just use stuff on your own, go to wasplus.com. All right, check it out. That's WOSPLUS.com. Thanks for the stream and thanks for the WoS tools. Yes, of course, Dylan. Thank you for the feedback and being an avid user of it, helping me make this thing better. So appreciate you. We're going to go right over into Dylan's stream. He streams 24/7 words on stream. It's a great channel if you enjoy playing the game and enjoy the tools that we've built for the game. He uses them. So you're going to get more of what you get here and have some more fun, all right? Yeah, no worries, Dolph. Appreciate you. We're testing something out, Dolph, by the way. We're gonna leave the game in the state that it's at, where you all reached level 123. Dolph had 496 points, Kirk with 471, Saya with 398, then a couple of bots there. May had 238, Biocow with 90, myself with 54, Arkal rather 42, Beery Cactus with 13, and then RDH with 5. So big shout out to you all getting to level 123. That's pretty awesome. It's not often we get to that level on this channel, so appreciate you all working hard to do that. That fart is clever, changes direction. You know it. I'm on top of those things, or I try to be at least. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. If you haven't done so already, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitch, drop a follow so you don't miss out on upcoming streams. On that note, I'll be back next Friday, April 3rd, I think it is. Yes, April 3rd, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on twitch.tv/ClarkIO, youtube.com/ClarkIO. All right? Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. I'll see you next week. Peace out.